The hub for me feels like a community of people who are striving to create a world where values and principles are important.
The typical office seemingly is not really providing individuals with what they need in life. We need personal interactions, we need professional interactions, we need to be plugged into our communities so we know how the work that we're doing benefits society. And I think the hub is a really great example of what can exist if people are given the flexibility that they need to do the type of work that they want.
Being able to help to birth and create this kind of urban infrastructure for the sustainable or impact economy that's local and global in nature in cities, it was too good to pass up the opportunity to get this thing started here in LA.
So the thing about the hub that matters and matters now is that in an era of over-virtualized Facebook interactions of social networking, which are all actually quite wonderful and additive to collaboration and social change activities and innovation, if you will, we've lost a sense of place, of physical, persistent interaction. And what the hub does, and does extremely well, is it reconnects that fabric and brings people together in a way that allows them to interact on a day-to-day basis around stuff that really matters. Having community in place, sort of a physical proximity, is a really powerful experience day to day and leads to collaboration and stuff that you can't even imagine. Come into a main pit area, which is all hot desks. None of these are fixed desks, so people are coming in here on a regular basis, 5-10 hours a week to as much as 40 hours a week, between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. and just plunking down in small teams. There's always a couple of hosts on duty who actually curate the space. It's not a co-working space, it's actually a community platform. So you've got connections being made, people being dragged from meetings over to meet other people, and then we have the Berkeley community, and so close and also new, has another 250 or so members. So in total we're about 800 members. All of this area breaks down in about 15 minutes, so you can flip all the tables, roll them out of the way, and then there's been about 300 of events in the last 10 months in this space for 15,000 people. And so what they do is basically clear it out. There's a 12-foot screen that drops. People, they're doing documentary screenings, they're doing author books tours, they're doing Kiva or Ashoka trainings for social entrepreneurs. The way that the space breaks down is, in addition to the hot desk area, you've got hublets or team areas, project areas that are on a month-to-month basis that are semi-private, and those are alternating with little privacy booths that can be signed up day of for up to 2 hours.
When my friend told me like a year ago about this place, and I could not imagine. As a Taiwanese, I just could not imagine what is this. And but then when I come here, I feel very warm, and I feel excited.
That's because the air conditioning is broken.
A lot of people ask, okay, but what is the real value of the hub? Besides the working space, a good environment, the hosting opportunities, the getting to know people, the access to network, that is already a lot of value. But at the same time, we also want to have the impact on a more global, on society. We had one hub member, and she was working with young people from the street, and she really wanted to involve them to design fashion. And as soon as she entered the hub, she found some partners to work with. She met somebody who could help her build a community of street children, and even built and designed a whole store for her. She also connected to the network via the hub, so she's building a brand in Brazil and she's building a brand in England.
My name is Swapnil Chaturvedi. Right now I'm part of the Hub Ventures program. I'm working with 16 other members. I started as a one-man team, but right now we have 7 full-time employees in India and 2 more people in US. My company is called San & Co. We basically do sanitation in urban slums in India. There are 650 million people in India that do not have toilets. There are many organizations who are trying to solve this issue, but the model that we have developed is basically trying to make sanitation both affordable, accessible, and profitable.
Hub Ventures is an example of a critical app on our Hub platform. It takes a wide range of applicants a couple times a year, establishes a cohort of about 16. They basically share ideas, build trust, help each other out, make connections, have mentors around them, funders looking at them. They merge, they acquire. That's working really well, and I think is an example of the kind of iterative innovation that we can do with major applications on the Hub platform now and into the future.
In a way, I do believe that the people that come to here already have a certain connection to changing the world, to social enterprises, to sustainability, or to just having a community that's behaving or acting from a different sets of values. And so in a way that people that come in the door have already a resonance with that piece of information and want to check out whether yes or no it's really for them.
After somebody has kind of seen the light and hey, I want to do something meaningful or be a social entrepreneur, how can we actually make this work and manifest this?
My name is Kristen Walter. I'm Tali Zapoud, and we're the co-founders of an organization called Feel Good, and we work here at the Hub. And Feel Good is a social enterprise. We are a national organization. We have college chapters on 27 campuses across the country and 2 internationally. What it looks like in the end is students running nonprofit delis on their campuses and raising money and awareness for poverty eradication. And then as far as what the Hub has done for us, it's just been such a vibrant, very relevant community. It really kind of accelerates your learning in ways that you couldn't foresee.
Accelerator, I think, is a wonderful term, and it does accurately reflect taking a wide range of folks and giving them a set of tools and interactions and filters so that they can very rapidly move through a set of choices and experimentations that allow them to get further, faster, better.
Being able to, to talk about these things over coffee at the Hub, being able to work on each other's businesses, share ideas, being able to find out about networking events and go all over Silicon Valley and Berkeley and Stanford and you name it, to be able to have that kind of camaraderie and learning how to deal with limited resources and how we can make these things work.
Connecting with Hub Oaxaca, for instance, the second largest population outside of Oaxaca lives here in LA. So there's all these ethnicities that are existing and living and have ties back to their native countries and communities that we're really excited to think about how the hub-to-hub exchange, if you will, between hubs that are coming online in Brazil and in Guatemala and Mexico City and Guadalajara, and how we can basically help strengthen the ties of entrepreneurs on both sides, countries of origin and Los Angeles. And so I think that that's also a really unique piece that LA has to bring to the table in terms of the hub network development.
Social networks start to be effective once you reach a critical mass. Once you reach a critical mass, then it explodes.
It's this concept that we can push forward, that there is a power in a holistic, diverse community coming together and being curated all on the same platform. And in this age, because of our interconnectivity, we have an opportunity to make that concept go viral.
What the Hub is doing now is rediscovering what place means for collaboration and innovation around stuff that matters. If you believe that 25 of those communities spread around 5 continents with 5,000 people can be meaningful, then it's not much of a stretch of imagination to extrapolate that to 200 and 50,000 and the interactions that those people will be having globally when there are hubs in every major metropolitan area in the world. We imagine a future where there is a tipping point and the 50 to 100 people who come into close interaction with hub members, if you multiply that by 50,000, you start talking about 3, 4, 5 million people a year that are experiencing a physical platform of social change.